here. Actually, we have very high respect for our MSE students. A few reasons. Regarding the age, you have a career to worry about. I assume most of you probably have got a family, take care of the kids, and some of you may also worry about parents. Okay? And balancing all that, and with another degree education, it is not an easy job to do. Okay? So I guess after a year, you probably have some good idea in how this works. What I'm going to do today, I guess limited time, 20 minutes. We already have some experience about how we communicate, how do I run my class. You had 546 with me. Okay. So what I will do today is give you a very quick overview about 547, which is a very unique class. It's a little bit different from most of the software engineering class. And also let you know what kind of activities you're going to do in the class, and also what is my expectation. Okay, so if you have any questions, and obviously I'll try to clarify some of those your questions. Okay, let me start with two examples. So maybe from this two example, you have some ideas of what we try to do with software metrics. And one is a personal example. Okay? I guess 3 years ago, okay, I started to have a problem with my sugar level. It's kind of high. It's a borderline. Almost, 3 years ago, almost like a diabetes level. Okay? So I had to worry about it. One thing I have been doing for 3 years is every morning I have to do a little testing. Okay, so see what is my sugar level. Okay, that's one of the first thing I do after I get up. Okay, and the purpose is very simple. One, I want to see what's the situation, right? Without measuring, then I have no idea. Okay, and I want to know, is it normal? Is it too high? Is it too low? Okay, but only knowing the number, that's not enough. Okay, the purpose of the metrics, knowing the number, is I need to analyze. For example, today my sugar level is too high, and also obviously I need to know what is too high. Right? What is too high? What is too low? Is 130? Is that normal? Okay, and I start with like a benchmark in the community. So, based on a lot of people's study, they give you a normal range. Okay, if you're above the range, or I guess mostly above. If you're above the range, you may have a problem. But each individual is very different. Over the time, I also need to figure out what is my personal normal range. Okay, knowing that if it's normal, I don't do much. Yeah, I'm okay. So you don't have to put effort. Okay, to analyze this. But if it's too high, then I need to start to think, why is too high today? One thing I need to do is I need to analyze, what did I do yesterday? What did I eat? Okay, what I did not do, okay, caused this too high. Okay, and over the years, I figure out what food I should eat, what I should not eat. Okay, so obviously that's very important information, right? That kind of helped me to keep my sugar level now actually under control. And metrics play a key role. Let me give you another example. In software industry, almost every organization does this. Software quality, obviously is one of the important objectives, right? We all want to, achieve software quality. You do software, you do engineering work, you're going to inject defect. You do requirement, sometimes you figure that wrong. Ambiguities, okay? Not clear enough. When you do design, sometimes you are under the deadline. You rush things, you don't think through things, you inject defect. When you do coding, you're careless, a lot of time. And sometimes because of lack of knowledge, of domain knowledge, you make mistakes, so you inject defect, right? That's no, so when they talk about zero defect, it's not realistic. Okay, you do engineering work, you inject defect. Now I want to control the quality. What I do? Okay? Well, because we inject defect, that's why we have quality control program, right? For every project, Dr. Chen going to teach testing. What is that? Testing itself not going to inject defect, but testing will help you to what? Find where are the bugs. So you remove the bug. What else? What else do you do to remove the bug? You do technical review, right? I know a lot of you work in industry. Okay, after you finish your requirement, you have people coming in to a review, because for document artifact, you can't do testing. Okay, you can test the requirement. You can test, architecture design. You cannot test a high-level design. You cannot test a detailed design. So you do peer review, and by doing peer review, hopefully also identify defect. The majority of the software organization, what they have usually a defect discovery distribution pattern. They typically have a good understanding how much defects are removed after the requirement phase. Okay, maybe 10%, okay, 9%, 8%. How many are removed after design phase? By design review, maybe another 15%. And how much are removed by code review? Unit test, integration test, system test, hierarchy test, acceptance test, right? If you really care about the quality, you do all those things. And also we have some idea how much escape to the customer, the user. Okay? And now, without metrics, it's a mess. You do a system test, I find 200 defects. Is that enough? Is that too high or too low? Can I make any predictions about the quality of the product after I release it to the user? Okay, without an effective metric system, you won't be able to do it. Okay, if I use the data I collected over the years, I establish that distribution, I think we can manage the quality a little better. Okay, after each review, I will know, did I identify enough or not enough? What is too high, what is too low? I can use the information to control, maybe to make adjustments. Okay, we cover Agile in 546. In Scrum, we follow the principle of transparency, right? Okay, inspect, adapt. Transparency is the basis. Without transparency, how do you inspect? Metrics play a key role in transparency. It lets you know what's going on. Okay, so your decision making is not going to be based on experience, based on feeling. Hopefully, it's going to be based on data, based on number. Okay, and so that's basically what we try to learn. And I'm going to go through some of this stuff really quickly. The book is, I think it's a very good book, and this book is also used in SCI. They also have a software management workshop, same book. Okay. And also it's required. And here are some of the references. And your 542 book, they are chapter 11, chapter 16, they also have good information about metrics. It's also related to metrics because you have all the defect, you have to perform defect analysis. Okay? You need to do a lot of things that actually also fall into the area of software management. We're going to learn a little bit, we're going to review some of the statistical stuff. Okay, process thinking and statistical thinking are two of the skills maybe we can enhance a little bit in this class. So this is one of the best statistic book. Okay, so if you want, if you're interested, you may want to take a look, or you can use any other statistical book. And CMI is going to be one of the references, okay, and also because metrics is one of the big component of CMMI. And also I list a couple of other textbooks, and it's optional. Okay, and also you can Google, if you, your coworker or somebody else, recommend some book. If you work in a CMI high maturity organization, I'm sure you can find a lot of references. Okay. For the classwork, Typical, I'm going to do it in a similar fashion in 546. We're going to have about 10 discussion questions. Okay, that's a quick way for me to find out what do you learn. Like Dr. Chen mentioned, in software engineering, the answer is not black and white. Okay, the important thing is you learn the stuff, the practice, the principle, the methodology. Can you apply it to solve a specific problem? I love examples. I love case studies. And one of the reasons behind the discussion board is I think we need to utilize all the resources we need in the class. Not only you should learn from me, and we should learn from each other. We have a lot of students working in a software organization with a lot of good practical experience. And it's always a good idea to share the experience, the good or the bad, with the rest of the class. I learned a lot actually from a lot of your postings. Okay? If you say, most of you and a lot of you, do have working experience, but if you don't, that's okay. Okay? And you read the book, you do some study, okay, maybe in some of the other classes, actually a lot of software engineering classes are kind of related. Okay? And maybe you can share some of the unique thinking. Okay? As I make sure you read everybody's post. Okay? That's really a good learning place. See actually what happened in the industry. So this is very important. And the exam, I always do that. And same thing, okay, basically problem solving. Okay, you don't have to memorize anything. Okay, here's the problem, how do you attack it? Okay, here are some of the important concepts. Give me some practical example to show you understand it. Okay, and I think that's, I want to know if you understand or not. Okay, obviously there's no unique answer. It's not black, it's not white. There will be some individual assignment, okay? And for this class, we're going to learn SPC, statistical process control. You have to practice a little bit mathematics involved. Okay? Go through the example, do the work, okay? And make sure by doing the work you learn the important concept. You probably know I really truly place high focus on project. Okay, so we do that in every class. I think that's some sort of hands-on learning we need to have. Okay, I'm going to talk a little bit more about possible projects for this class. Okay, but make sure treat this as important, and also I put a lot of points for the project too. Okay. So same thing. So by the way, I already merged the two sections. I checked this morning. You're all in the same section, 50. Okay, so the class syllables, the dates, some of the stuff already posted. Okay, and for the objective, I already mentioned some of that. I want you to read it. 3P. We're going to measure the product. So we're talking about quality. We're going to measure the process. Where is the bottleneck? Where should I improve? We're going to measure the project. What's the status? Are we behind? Are there any risk? Any potential problem? Okay, so we need to establish, how we establish an indicator or metric improvement. Let us know. Okay, so that will be obviously the key. You learn to analyze process behavior using statistical technique. Too high, too low. Let me give you a simple example. Suppose you have a standard system testing. Same tool, same coverage requirement. Testing cases must cover this, all defined. Same finish passing criteria. Same group of testers. But every time you test a different product, different program, the defect density identified will always be different, right? Sometimes I identify more, sometimes I identify less. Can you explain the variation? What's the reason? What's normal and what's not normal? Okay, based on this information, can you make adjustment? Okay, so that actually will be the key. The textbook is a very good one. Okay, chapter number 5, chapter number 6, chapter number 7 are the best. Okay. Probably the only book that covers SPC applied in software. Okay, so make sure you pay attention to that. That will be important. And for CMI, when we get to MA, we're going to also learn some of the high maturity process area. Okay, so you're going to learn process performance baseline, a process performance model, okay, and how the basic metric program will be related to that. Another thing is we're going to share some industry best practice, okay, best case study, and maybe I'll share some with you, and hopefully you can also make some contribution in that regard. And by the way, in my lecture notes, I have a lot of I call that discussion question. You don't have to post them on Titanium. That's for your own practice. So sometimes you want to see, do I understand that stuff? You know, maybe take a look at those questions I ask. See if you can answer. Okay, so and that also serves the purpose to help you review. Okay, I read this. You know, which part I don't understand? Oh, let me try one. Oh, you know, what is this? And hopefully you can go back, read the book or lecture notes and listen to the lecture material. And hopefully that can help you understand some of the important concepts. And I'm not going through all that stuff. As a tentative schedule each week. Okay. So I expect you guys to be able to read this. Okay. And to be successful online, I think you figured that out. Now, I think there are two components. One, a good discipline. Online is not for everyone. You don't have a discipline, you fall behind always. You don't control yourself, just like in doing Agile. Forget about it. Okay, most of you do have a good discipline. Second, you have a good planning. Not just for my class. See, I posted all the dates, just like Dr. Chen. Okay, when you need to complete what? Okay, and do that planning just like you're managing a real project. Do a planning. See, look at where are the milestones, major milestones. Where are the little milestones? And look at your own schedule. As I said, some of you take care of your work, right? So sometimes, there's a deadline for this project. I'm going to be awfully busy for that 3 weeks. Or your kid, you have to attend the parent-teacher meeting or whatever. Okay, so I know sometimes you have to involve in their education. Okay, and keep everything in mind, and then do a planning. Some of the stuff need to do it early. As, we talk about this asynchronized mode to take advantage of that. And some of them you do in the middle, some of you do late, or some you spread it out. Okay, and so good discipline, a good plan. I think those probably will be the two most important factors. And also, that's also a two important factors for you to become a successful person. Yeah.
Okay. So about the planning, I noticed that in 546, when we actually needed to do the homework, even though we knew when the homework was going to be assigned and when it was going to be due, we didn't know the subject matter of the homework until about a week before it's due. That kind of made it a little bit harder for the planning because I like to do my things perhaps maybe a week or so in advance. So even though I know when the homework is going to be due, I can't really start it until you tell me the subject. Sometimes to me, it felt like it was a little bit too sudden.
I think if you recall, in one of the discussed questions I asked, anything we can improve. Okay? And what I'll do this time, I'm going to post the homework assignment a little bit early.
Okay.
So you will, and just like project.
Yeah.
Okay, so usually I give you the project in the very beginning. Yeah, I'll do that with the homework too.
Okay.
I scanned the other PDF this morning, and I saw that there were dates for when the homework assignments would be released, but I didn't see the dates for when it would be due.
Oh, it's in the bottom of the syllabus. Just keep on reading. And also, I'm going to create another document. I haven't done that yet.
Okay.
And also, a lot of things going on in the very beginning. It's called important dates.
Perfect.
So there'll be due dates for everything, okay? Except the discussion board. Usually, I give you enough time, so that should be okay.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other questions?
Oh, this is a possible project topic. Okay. I just want to mention one thing. You're going to read it by yourself. When you do a project, don't make it too broad. Too broad. Make it specific. Go deep. Okay. Case study always welcome. Okay. So for the class project, case study, or you talk about the size. Well, make it more specific. What? Okay, and narrow it down, and go a little bit deeper. Okay, and not just a lot of hand waving stuff. Okay, make sure we go deep. Then you probably can really learn something and get hands on. Okay, I think that's about it. Yeah, because that's the important date. We're gonna figure it out. Any questions?
No questions? Again, you're going to have another opportunity later on,
Yeah.
so why don't you